Hey guys. So again, don't maybe make it a little easier. So this is a homage to my old partner Ed Fish, and I went to go watch some motivational type videos and clean my head out because it's been such a long day, and I gotta get up early morning for my MRI. And again, there's a news article right on YouTube, and I'm going, oh, here we go again. And it says 15 million people have, suppressed it in the U.S. And then they immediately bring up how the vaccines are being rushed through the systems. And it says the entire planet right now is rushing the vaccines. Hey now. So, all right, so the entire planet is rushing. Russia and Germany and England and everybody's rushing with this vaccine, right? And it's an RNA vaccine. RNA. I wish it was up on the show. I have it in the can. I mean, I don't know what else to do. We're gonna get it up because I had a guy from the lab who was helping Canada and Johnson with an RNA vaccine in Canada. I mean, from the horse's mouth. They don't even know if the vaccine will work. They don't. They don't have enough data. I get it. We're all looking for that instant, just like society's become satisfaction of getting this over with. I get it. I Jesus criminy, I wish it was just done. I wish I didn't get 10 emails, 15 emails. I wish every day I wasn't getting people crying for help. I promise you. That was never my intention. When I did the very first video, I didn't even know all I was trying to do was save lives. When I was talking about indomethacin, Easter Sunday, it's all I was trying to do. And honoring God in the word of, hey, I'm lucky to be here 24 hours at a time. I'm going to help all the long haulers I can possibly get. At the time, we just called ourselves COVID-19 survivors, and that's how the podcast came about. That's it. Now we're months and months and months later, and it's not only getting worse, it's getting worse on a whole new level that I don't particularly enjoy watching, I promise you. I don't particularly like hearing private stories from people because they're scared to be labeled, almost a leper if they come out as being COVID positive. Or they've been going through the long hauler syndromes, and now you can go to CBS. It's right here on Facebook, and type in long hauler, and you're going to see them do an interview from 2 weeks ago covering long hauler syndrome. You can at least know that you can stop being gaslighted, okay? So long haulers, you have a voice. The show, the Dan the Messenger podcast, is to actually help with solutions to these problems. That's my goal. It's my dying breath will be to help long haulers, new people with accurate data, with good information to keep you guys from getting to where I was at with this, on top of all the other stuff that happened to me. Not a quitter. And you ask anybody around me, ask Liz what I did when I was in California. Ask my rehab people how I tried and did recover. Like, I was just there yesterday, and they were so happy to see me, and I was just as happy to see them. But the brain, since the accident, that could have been yesterday. It's just how it is, okay? So some of this is not related at all, but a lot of this, the internal stuff is. So as a long hauler, and as a word that came out of a friend of mine, I implore you to take this serious during these times. The virus came through Florida many months ago. And what's going on are two things. people who have gotten the virus originally have stayed with the virus because they didn't get early treatments and haven't realized they're long haulers. And they're sick again because it goes in cycles. So their immune system got it, they didn't have a reaction to it. Now 60, 90, 120 days later, it's wore down your immune system and you're getting sick from the virus you already had. That's one. Two, if you're consistently losing your taste and your smell, guaranteed, no doubt about it. You heard it from Dr. Roselle, not just me. Three, they state early treatment is the best for this virus. Early treatment. What does that mean, Dan? That means within the first 5 to 9 days, you getting azithromycin or azithromax, which is an antibiotic, prednisone, which is a steroid, and a viral shredder, indomethacin, which is another steroid and viral shredder. And the number one thing, the Math Plus protocol that came out just last week, that these doctors on the front line, the creator of Math Plus protocol was on it, and it's on my Facebook page. You don't just go down, and they tell you everything you need to know about a drug that's out this second that can save your life, your family member's life, or someone else. Undeniable. They have it in over 110 countries. There's also another doctor. You guys think, I don't want to be right. Believe me, the last thing I want to be is wrong, and this is gone. Down my page, Dan the Messenger page, Dan the Messenger podcast, you'll hear it. I've been talking about this drug since day one. Ivermectin. So if you're not going and advocating for this, go to Math Plus protocol, start sharing it, start becoming the virus itself. Turn modern technology against these bastards and start sharing these videos so we can save lives right here, right now. Not 15 million, what's the number? 30 million? 60 million? 100 million? I don't know what the numbers got to be, but the entire planet is rushing for a vaccine that they don't. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. Crapshoot. That's all I know right now. I can share a lot more stuff, but I'm not trying to scare anyone. Do that on Watch the News. You don't need me. Just turn on the news. But as a long hauler who's gone through it and who's still fighting and trying to recover and dealing with so many things at one time, I didn't create charity Hope number 4 Humanity 2020. Hope number 4 Humanity 2020 May 10th because it was a whim. Promise you that. How would I know? Once you go back to May 10th cycle and just look where we were at, and then go to the Hope number 4 Humanity 2020 Facebook page and look at the first thing I posted. And if you want to go back further, you can go to my YouTube page, Dan Rudy, and you'll see my very first video and others, which was April something. Days are just gone to me. So I'm one of the ultimate long haulers because I was a freaking survivor, what I want to call it, and I've been fighting every step of the way to help you, to help your friends. Now I'm dealing with nihilism, whatever you want to call it. Both sides, left and right, are so stuck in their sides that neither's willing to give, and it's going to break. And when it breaks, we're going to get into a shift. And whatever that shift's going to be, I'm going to tell you something about America. You are going to see patriots, I mean fucking red, white, and blue, come out like you have never seen. I promise you. And the patriots will take over and will do what needs to be done. Promise you. Sounds crazy? It's not. Just go watch a movie called The Patriot. And if you think this is too out of control to be talking about this way, watch a movie called, first one's going to be Dallas Buyers Club. No, Debbie, you're more than welcome. It's there. I mean, I didn't create it. I didn't create the new Math Plus or the iMask Plus protocol. Those doctors, I'm trying to get them on the show so they can talk to civilians. It's almost. I mean, Ori and Bizarro World. Is there a reason why the news isn't covering a medication that's been used 3.7 billion times across the planet? I've got the data on 120 countries it's in. I mean, data, doctors, locations, names, nothing's made up. It's all legit documents. Like, I'm the ultimate whistleblower when it comes to what's going on here. I worked in a drug company. I was in the pharmaceutical business. I know what the FDA is capable of. I'll go grab my cards, old cards, and show it to you guys and prove it to you. I got nothing to hide. Or you can go on my Facebook page, YouTube page, Daniel Rudy, and you'll see when I was doing PR for Gentech locally in Fort Myers. You'll see the video. Got nothing to hide here. I'm trying to help. Yes, and you know what, Debbie? This is the most beautiful thing about sayings. History repeats itself, which is 1,000,000% true. History does repeat itself. And humans, we just get stuck over and over. And two, people across the planet, I mean the planet, the best one it's right now, they said 25% in Russia were opt to get the vaccine. That's in Russia. Now America, it's probably higher because they've scared you guys. They fooled you guys by talking out of both sides of their mouth. And if you're bored, I mean, if you're really bored and you're a long hauler and you're new to it or you're freaked out, just go down my timeline and start off Easter Sunday and just work way up. There's video after video after video. I don't remember what I say most of them, so it's probably repetitive. That's part of having a brain injury from a car accident. Lucky me. But at least it's like that movie 50 First Dates. Like, every day starts off with one thing, and by the end of the night, I'm going, I don't know how I got through today, but and then it's like a reset for tomorrow. But the pertinent information, my long-term memory is as sharp as can be, and so that's crazy. Where my short-term memory, I can't really tell you what date is half the time. It's hard to remember. Hell, right now I couldn't tell you what date it is. It's December 8th. All right? Thank God for cell phones. But to me, it feels like it was July of 2019, July 23rd, 2019, pre-craziness. And then all I see these things, 15 million people. Okay, I know I've been sharing data for months. I know I've been sharing the R naught factor, telling you 2.5, 3.5. I shared on my Instagram or whatever, Dan Rudy or Dan the Messenger. I shared CDC data right there, saying that it's 8 times 15 million is what the actual number is of positive cases. CDC, their own website, not made up, it's there. All right, so that's a third of our population. All right, go back. All you got to do if you want to be good little hunters and figure some stuff out, go back my videos. I've left the breadcrumbs like I've Robot or whatever the hell that movie was throughout my videos. Every bit of it's been true. Every single bit. Not been wrong once. And if you're really curious about, these drugs he's been talking about, go down to Easter Sunday and start scrolling up, and you're going to see I started sharing the drugs back then. There's a document, April whatever, ivermectin is right on there. So is indomethacin, and so are all the drugs they said they didn't know about. And these are all generics. Now, there's another problem going on. One, hey Dan, how do I get a doctor to give it to me? Well, you got a thing called Google. And if you can't spell, just go, okay, Google, math plus protocol. And you're just going to go, boop, it's going to pop right up. 1, 2, or 3, it's going to be right there. FLCC, I can't remember, whatever it is. But math plus protocol, coronavirus, just to help it out. And it's going to give you everything you need to know. Data from all the countries, good stuff. Early treatment protocols to save lives. Early treatment protocols to save lives. Early treatment protocols to save lives. A virus doesn't change, it's a virus. But you can take antibiotics, steroids, and basically viral shredders to give your immune system the backup it needs but you're going to need to do a few things to help it. You have to drink a lot of water, gallon a day. You're going to have to get to a hospital or find a physician that's treating COVID patients right now to get you that cocktail, because they're using it all over the country, but it's not being reported. I'm working on getting the network set up for you guys nationally so you can dial doc. I'm trying to help. That's all I'm trying to do. Hope number 4, Humanity 2020 needs helpers. We need other people to help connect. I wish there was one of me in every town. If there was 100 of me in every town, we'd be done with this bullshit. I promise you. Because we would not tolerate what is going on. We cannot sit on the sidelines forever going, I can see another friend of mine sick. Another friend of mine going, they felt like they're dying last night. Another person saying, I want to kill myself because they're so depressed from what's going on. This nightmare. I really wish and pray daily that I could get through this with you guys and see the other side of it. So I got to be positive. I got to tell you about treatments that are out there. I have to tell you about medications. I have to show you what I go through, not because I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm trying to save you guys from the shit, from the BS of all of it. And the news does not give no F's about neither of you guys. Neither side, neither point of view. They're playing you like pawns. They're just going boom, 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 and you guys are getting sucked into the rabbit hole. 60 Minutes, long haulers, Google that, watch that, and swallow it. And then there's plenty more to watch on the page. I've been sharing since April, since Easter Sunday. All the drugs, all the medications, protocols, all the data, all it's all there. It's all been shared. There's nothing that's been hidden. And the Math Plus iMask Plus protocol is the new one that they did a press conference. They broke it down to you like you were 5 years old so you could completely understand what's going on, and this treatment could save your life right here, right now. Why the news hasn't covered it? Please explain it to me like I'm 5 years old, because it makes no sense when the creator of the Math Plus protocol, the frontline doctors that are treating these by the thousands who save thousands of lives are telling you, and the third doctors, they put so much brain power in that meeting. You guys should be going, how lucky am I that these guys stood up, put their reputations on the line, trying to save American citizens right here, right now. I don't understand. You guys don't understand who heroes are. These guys are heroes. I mean it. Like they put it out there. So all you have to do is Google Math Plus Protocol Coronavirus. It's going to pop up. It's going to tell you everything you need to show your doctor. Okay? Everything you need to show your doctor or hospital or frontline worker, whoever. I don't care, Jesus. I don't care who you got to show it to. Get you a prescription for that protocol so you can save a life. Okay? This vaccine is an RNA vaccine. It does a bunch of stuff that they don't really quite understand. Okay? I'm right down the middle of this. If the vaccine that they told us in the research groups that I'm in, if they said, hey Dan, this is working, we're getting amazing results, I'm going to tell you the second it comes out. Promise you. But I know this as well. The same guys that are experts who I had on the show, and good God, if I could get up the second, I would. I promise you. God, I've had so much of the stuff to share, and it's not been up. I wish I could get it out faster. But he said very clearly, and it's not one, it's not just an opinion. I mean, this is across the board. Swear to God, my life, my parents' graves. If you are sick already with the virus and you are a long hauler, meaning 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, hell, you'll know after 30 days if it keeps coming, because it starts kicking your ass in a way that you're like, no, that ain't right. This has never happened to me before. Well, yeah, it's because this thing has got 30 different strains of it and it hits people differently, but it does act like a virus and will persist to attack your nervous system. Your not just your nervous system, but your immune system. And your immune system's secondary response to this is what will take you out. Simple. Massive inflammation caused by your immune system. Over response or under response, it's messing with your immune system, your thermostat, your switch in your brain. That's why the tachycardia, bradycardia. Okay? It's simple, simple, simple. It's not a mystery. They understand this. So once this gets inflamed up here, or it gets in your ear or your eyes or your nose, and Dr. Rizal, earlier today, helped explain it, it messes with your sensories, and that virus keeps creeping around the brain and multiplying. And that's what causes your sympathetic nervous system to get inflamed. That's why you're going to get the PTSD, all the other stuff, if you have certain strains. I don't know if they're all doing it, but I know a third of the population in Germany are long haulers. A third. Why is the entire planet rushing to get a vaccine out if it's only a minor thing, right? I mean, it's my perspective, but it isn't just me. All you have to do is go into a long haulers group, and you're going to see by the thousands, tens of thousands, and they're getting now into the hundreds of thousands. Ask them their signs and symptoms. If you're a long hauler, you're new, and you're scared, find a group. Listen, I created one. I'm so sick of the politics. I'm not pushing it. I just created the group. Long Haulers H4H, which is Long Haulers Hope for Humanity, but Long Haulers H4H, just like Mom Squad H4H or Dan the Messenger. I am here to try to help and save lives. Why they are not talking about drugs that have been around? Ivermectin specifically won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2015. Nobel Peace Prize. Anybody know what that is? Hello? It's been prescribed 3.7 B with the billion times, like McDonald's. It's supposed to be cheap because it's generic now. I looked into it. A dose is about 58 pills, meaning if you took it for a certain amount of months, which isn't a lot, $200 to $600 is the pricing I found. So Governor DeSantis, here you go. Here's your chance to kind of step up and be a superhero. Okay? Order Florida, the entire state of Florida, ivermectin, right here, right now. Make them get away with the price gouging, and watch how fast you can save our state and be the hero. Show them that we can be active and aggressive and protect our population. We have probably the oldest population in Florida, if not the damn world. And these poor old people's immune systems aren't having it, okay? I've heard sirens in and out of my neighborhood like it's a damn, I don't know, a disco outside. So please understand, you don't need me to put the fear of God in you. It's already on the TV. And I think they're doing it to make you just want to go, please give me this vaccine. And all I'm saying is, listen, pump the brakes, let the science take over on this. Until then, do the MASK Plus, iMask Plus protocol to help prevent iMask Plus protocol, which is ivermectin, which you can Google. You're going to see all the legal documents there, and there's a press conference and all the good stuff from the experts. And know that you can get through this right here, right now, without waiting for an untested vaccine that's an RNA. It's never been tried on humans. And every government on the planet, every government is aligned that's going to tell you something. That this is more than what they're saying. And two, there's a lot of money being made. I mean, a lot. 6.7 billion people. That's $2 to $4 trillion. $2 to $4 trillion. Follow the money. I understand it's not conspiracy to me. Listen, as soon as the data comes in and says one of these vaccines and their studies are just perfect, and I would take 90%, I would. Because I don't want any healthy person to have to go through what long haulers, which is probably, if it's a third, it can be up to 30 million people. That's serious. That's when I've said $100 billion immediately put into account for long haulers. It's not a joke. It's to help Americans through this because we didn't ask or deserve any of this. The last thing I'm trying to do is get on at nighttime at 10:30 when I'm half out of it trying to help and beg for your, just share, like, comment. If you want to be, I keep forgetting the words every time, a volunteer, or you have an expertise in the field, or you want to be on the show, please go to hope4humanity2020.com. I know the website is jacked, believe me, I know that too. But when you got no money and a broken budget and just trying to get through this with, a full-time mom of 3 who has a craft business, who is also an insurance agent, who's a super mom, running the daily operations, well, there's only so much we can do that way. I'm busy getting treatments nonstop. Shady has been dealing with his recovery, and he's the producer and co-host of the show, of the Dan the Messenger podcast. Without him, it doesn't go up. We got great listening time on it, but there's no monetary things. It's just from the charity, so it's just to help. Why would I create a charity? Hope for humanity2020.com, May 10th. Was it just out of my mind? I was just, taking a plug away. Go to Hope 4 Humanity 2020 Facebook page and look at my first post. Promise you, this voice and this message has not changed since Easter Sunday. And it's not like, oh, I'm so happy to see these numbers. I'm just as disgusted as the rest of you. I try not to watch the news. It pops up in the damn YouTube, okay? I don't even watch regular TV anymore. I haven't even watched sports. Hell, I'm a Miami Heat fan. I didn't even watch the damn playoffs or any of that, because I knew where we were coming with this. And now football's been canceled, right? Ohio and Michigan. And believe me, in the Midwest, that last year when I got to visit my family, my cousin and I were at some place in Cincinnati, no, in Dayton, watching the game. And you would have thought it was a Super Bowl. Might as well have been. And Ohio State won, by the way. Now, I wish everyone can get together right now, have great parties, not have to do with any of this BS. I do. I wish my family nothing but wellness and safety. I don't wish this on the devil. I promise you. I'm my worst enemy. Especially my best friends. I'm used to this now. Like every day it's like, okay, let's go through it. Let's do this. And every day by this time at night, I'm going, I don't know if I can keep going. I don't know if I got enough in me to do the same thing tomorrow. The treatments are brutal. The rehab is, it's not rehab at the moment. Rebuilding my immune system has been brutal. If you can't see the change in my face since the first video, then I don't know what's wrong with you. I had to do so many different things to stay here to where I'm at this moment. That's how much of a battle I've had, and I'm just one of the lucky ones. Not a lot of people have a Dr. Rozelle, who specializes as Senior Fellow of QEEG mapping and treatment of brains. I'm going to help change history, I promise you. I'm a part of the medical portion of this, and I got a lot of data that's being shared. So hopefully I can help some of you in this study, in this research group. We got 30 spots open, but we need the funding for the program. It's $350,000, okay? If someone's got that kind of dough and wants to change the world, please. We can change history. Someone wants to be a part of the solution, not the problem, please join us. Lib, how you doing tonight? Casey, hi. Mike, hi. I beg you, and I'm pleading, we can change history right here, right now, and not have to put this vaccine on the entire planet. I promise you, we can stop this. I promise you. I'm part of these groups. The new Math Plus protocol, which they've been doing, the updated version is I as an indigo, mask plus, I standing for ivermectin, which is a generic drug that's been produced 3.7 billion times. High lip. It's like McDonald's. It's been around so long. It's won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2015. It's been studied now in 110 countries with the coronavirus, and I posted the data for you guys to see. The doctors know that early treatment protocols, early treatment is what saves lives. Not staying home, not taking the Tylenol, and not telling just, no. Get a doctor that's going to prescribe you these medications. The protocols are available online. All you got to do is hit that little Google button and go math and the plus protocol. So if you don't know how to spell it, just math plus protocol. Inside there, you're going to see that new updated mask plus protocol. And they break down not just the treatment protocols, they give you the data. And the data is what the scientists follow. They follow the data. How everything is so turned upside down, how the news is not covering this is beyond my imagination. It's beyond measure, because people are going to die, not from the virus, it's going to be from the secondary issues. The immune system being broken or the immune system overreacting. Those are the two issues they're having with it. So early treatment, ivermectin, indomethacin, zithromycin, or Zeromax, whatever it is, a 500 milligrams, 7 days of an antibiotic to give your system a backup. I already said indomethacin. Indomethacin is the viral shredder. It basically goes in and says, stop making the virus, please. And then it allows the zithromycin to come in and say, all right, a-holes, party's over. And then ivermectin kind of goes and keeps hunting it down until there's no more, hopefully, as little is left as possible to allow your immune system to come back in and take over and start regulating and getting the inflammation down, which is why your probiotics is important. Gut health, brain health. Get this back, it'll help this get the swelling out. Take the indomethacin and the prednisone are both steroids that will help get the inflammation out of your lungs and out of your body. Infrared, I think it's called infrared, but sauna. Saunas help. They do it with cancer patients. It slows everything down once you heat the body up, because viruses just don't like that shit. Slows everything down and then allows the white blood cells to come in and fight back. The probiotics, a clean diet, dark berries, smoothies twice a day will help give your immune system and your gut a break so they can kind of repair themselves. Getting sleep at night, taking melatonin is another important thing. This is why children and younger adults seem to be doing better, because of elevated melatonin. They don't quite know the correlation, but that's just what they know. Old people like us, take melatonin, please. Every day, D3 and zinc. Healthy or not healthy, D3 and zinc. The best offense for this virus is a good defense, meaning D3 and zinc. D3 is not going to get into your bloodstream overnight. It's going to take about 30 days. The zinc combination really gives your immune system a good boost. Vitamin C, vitamin B12, and long haulers, niacin. Niacin. It's a new part of it. They haven't even talked about it yet. Really, I promise you. But niacin. I'm going to be like Morgan and Morgan and just keep repeating, just like they do to you guys on the TV, to the point where you're so scared you know what to do. So I'm going to keep telling you, there are early treatment protocols. That can not only save your life, but can also prevent, which they say very openly, these doctors say prevent you catching the virus. Ivermectin. Okay, Google. Ivermectin coronavirus. Okay, Siri. Ivermectin coronavirus. You're welcome. Other than that, I'm praying every night, please God, please make this go away. But it ain't like the big guy's going to be stepping in on this one. And ain't Mickey Mouse, Pluto, Uranus, I don't care where we're at, what planet we're at. This virus is here, and it's got its own game plan. and you can wear a red shirt, a blue shirt, Make America Great, America is Great, whatever shirt you want to put on. Joe's my man. I don't care what you got on. Don't care. You know, our country is red, white, and blue for a reason. People from all over the country came here and made America what it's always been. The ideal of opportunity. Home of the brave, land of the free. Like, I don't know what happened, but that's how I grew up. Apple pie, you know, we played it together. We all had a good time. The 80s, incredible. I mean, come on, big hair. I know a lot of you women, big hair, you know, guys, mullets, right? Mega bands, super bands, rock bands, MTV, 90s, you know, R&B and hip hop, and EDM music. Yes, I'm sorry, you EDC people, but you guys aren't the creator of rave music. Not even close. Not even by a second. So the rave scene kicks off, right? And then you got stuff like Kurt Cobain. And even he, at his prime, blew his brains out. Crushed the whole generation. Generation X is like, I didn't know how to take that one. And then the 2000s. Oh, those were great times. Eddie Fishbowls. Look, GGW, all kinds of this insanity. Everybody was getting along in the clubs. Everybody. And that's what the beauty of our generation was about. Like, we finally broke through all that animosity, all that anger. I mean, it's always going to exist. There's always going to be some type of A or B opponent. I mean, it's just how we are. Humans cannot help being humans. We can't. It's just part of our DNA. My friend, Julie Hines, she lives in my childhood home, which is crazy to me. And watching her do changes to my childhood home is just crazy. I go back to Boynton Beach, Florida. All the places I went to school, gone. It's like it never existed. I'm not that damn old. And now we're in the middle of the Twilight Zone. I mean, what else can you say? It's like bizarro world out there. Honestly, I don't care who's president. Don't. Why? Because no one's got that much power to stop what is going on with the virus that had an R0 factor from day one of 2.5 to 3.5. Not since day one did we have a shot in hell of beating this down when we shut the entire country down. First 15 days to slow the spread, then 30 days to slow the spread. Not stop it, to slow it. They knew this. They told you. They told you everything you needed to know at the very beginning. And they were prepared, like they knew it. Well, what they weren't prepared for was this. The virus wasn't going to take people out fast. It was going to take them out slow and painful. It does not act like a SARS-CoV virus. Does not. That is supposed to be a respiratory virus. Well, guess what? Don't believe me? Just talk. Dr. Rizal and I had a two-way conversation openly today on Facebook Live. You know, he's a senior fellow. He's kind of a big deal in his world, and he's worked on concussions and NFL players and like genius. Talks about it openly. There's different strands. They haven't talked about that. Why? I don't know. I wish I knew because, you know, common sense, if I was 5 years old and someone told me about, you know, hey, there's different strands. Well, that kind of makes sense because there are people getting different sicknesses in different ways. So that would make more sense than just saying there's just one. No, there's not just one. They found out it mutated. Dr. Rizal talks out of his mouth today. It's mutated in different variances. Do we know if it's worse or better? We don't really know. Okay? It's just they don't know. So now you got a virus that's got different strains. All right? You got a vaccine that's really based off of maybe 1, 2, I don't know exactly what it's doing, but it's going to change your RNA. DNA, I mean, I said that correctly. RNA, it's an RNA vaccine, so look up what RNA means. Understand that the coronavirus goes in, takes over a cell, and it shows that it's RNA, so That's just kind of weird that the vaccine can kind of change its RNA too. And ideally, it's supposed to give you a dose of a vaccine that has a synthetic version of the virus, and your immune system's going to go, hey, I recognize this. Get the hell out of my club. All right, in theory, that's what it wants to be able to do. But reality is, you can Google this, look up yourself, look up Eli Lilly shuts down trials, or Pfizer has to shut down trials, and then the data is going to be right there for you to kind of paint the picture so you understand. If you already have a broken immune system, the last thing you need to be doing is getting yourself exposed to the virus because, well, then you ain't got much left in reserves. Your units are low, and your body's only got so much fight in it. So a vaccine will more than likely take a lot of people like me out. So that's a no-go from start. So I have to go, well, what do I do to get my immune system back? And then you start going down those paths. And as you can get your immune system back, in theory, then you can get your health back. This is a virus. It needs treatment. It needs drug cocktails. They know a little something about that. If you Google retroviruses and then you watch the movie The Dallas Buyers Club, you're going to find out, oh, we've done this kind of rodeo before. Meaning our hospital systems were being overloaded. They knew shit about nothing. They kept pushing a drug called AZT. They were overdosing it, and people were dying. Okay, so you learned. This time around, they found a drug called ivermectin. How's it going, Tito? They found a drug called ivermectin. Nobel Peace Prize winner, good data. Back in 2011, they called it a wonder drug, blah, 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 blah. Most people who are dog lovers who had worms knows what ivermectin is because they gave it to their dogs. I think once a year, twice a year, because it kills worms. Well, it also attacks parasites. This virus is a parasite. So you gotta get your own advocacy. You gotta say, hey, there are drugs out there right now that can protect us and keep us alive, and we want that. And what do we got to lose, okay? If it's been prescribed 3.7 billion times. In the news press document, they said they had a hard time finding any negative side effects to this. So why wouldn't you want to save as much of the population from this travesty and help when they got the data that shows it? I don't know. So you guys got to become your own virus for us. You got to start sharing these videos. The data's out there. Become your own advocate. Stand up as American patriots. It's your duty, red, white, and blue, to be a patriot. I promise you. And you're going to save your friend or your grandmother's life or your uncle's or however it's going to be. And guess what? If we can get the whole country dosed for 4 to 6 weeks, we can get through this shit show and back to whatever normal of a life we can do. Not wait on a vaccine that doesn't know if there's going to be provable or not. They can't dose 300 and something million to the entire population right here, right now, when ivermectin can. Okay? So, push our group. Hope number 4, humanity2020.com. I'm trying to work with this group that created the Math Plus protocol so I can get them on the Dan the Messenger podcast and we can talk about it. I've got a lab guy who's come on and it's like the Elon Musk meets Mark Felt meets Snowden all at once, and son of a bitch looked like Snowden. I'm like, am I being punked here? But it's all true. And he was a very cool dude to share what he shared. This isn't like that crap. This is all science and data. These are all real research groups. I've been sharing for months. I hate this. It's almost like I gotta have to have a competition. Show me where the data is wrong or I've been accurate, and I'll warm godly say you're absolutely right. I was sorry. Just give it a whirl. Share one of these videos with your doctors. Have them do the research. Show them the Math Plus protocol. Show them the credentials of all those doctors that introduced the Math Plus protocol. And ask them, do you have more experience than they do? Are you on the front lines treating COVID for the last 200 plus days for these doctors working around the clock? Start becoming your own advocate. The news is not asking the right questions. All they're doing is taking your attention and going here, over here. Here's your attention. Nope, over here. And they just keep putting more shit in front of your face daily to keep the people separated in their stance of, screw you. Okay, well, I don't care. I'm a patriot. So the R, the I, the D, y'all can screw all that. I'm a P before any of that. As a patriot across the globe, there's other patriots that got to do the same thing. Start sharing ivermectin. All the motorcycle clubs that are our friends with me now, the Punishers, you're like the number one group in there. Please share this in all your groups. Please save your friends. Please, please, I implore and beg you. DJs out there, all my friends in media, you guys really need to start stepping up. Because I don't know what the number needs to be. 15 million is okay. 2.5 by 3.5. So if that's accurate, in 30 days, 2.5 times 15. And we'll see if we're right or wrong. I don't want to be right. I don't. The CDC's already said it's on their website 8 times more, longer, 8 times than reported already. I'm not saying the world's going to end. I'm saying there's a shift. I'm saying there's an early treatment drug cocktail out there right this second that can save lives. Why they're pushing this big vaccine? Big money. I love you guys.